All right. What's going on, people? How are we doing? So, if this is the first time you are seeing me, I want you to just watch, take in the information, because you're being lied to about the way to make money on social media. It's not about your views, it's not about your subscribers, it's not about your subs. It's about how you're getting paid. And what I want to share with you is the new way to do it, the simple way to do it. Also, the way where you don't have to become a content slave. Who would like to not be a content slave? If that's you, drop it in the comments by saying, drop a one in the comments. If you don't want to be a content slave, but you still want to make money, drop that in the comments. And I need to pop this puppy in here. There I am. I'm right there. Hey. So I am broadcasting both on laptop as well as mobile. So you can see me in 9:16 or you can see me in 16:9. It's totally up to you. But your problem is not your views, because that's not the best way to get paid. And again, if you're just joining us, first time, drop a one in the comments. If you have seen me before, drop a two. This is the very first time that I am using the TikTok studio and going live there. So bear with me if things don't go as smoothly as I would like them to, but they will go smoothly over on YouTube because that's what I'm used to doing. Now, the reason I talk about how you get paid is simply because getting paid by the platform, I don't care whether it's TikTok, I don't care whoever it is, right? Hello, Wafa. Hello, Kyrios, Terry, Silent, User. What's going on? So I don't care which platform you're dealing with, right? I don't care. But what you're going to find is that it's not the best way to try to get paid. The best way to try to get paid is to offer your value to other people. And when I talk about views and those type of things, here's what I'm not talking about. I'm not talking about entertainment. I'm not talking about battles. I'm not talking about debates and just this, for lack of a better word, garbage. I'm talking about educational creators. And the people that I primarily help are educational creators 40 plus. And when I say educational, I mean it could be about hobbies. It could be about self-improvement. It could be about a profession. It could be about health. It could be about sports. Anything that you want to educate somebody about, a skill or knowledge that you have, you can do that and you can actually get paid. But you're not going to get paid by the platform, which means you don't have to be the content slave. I used to be a content slave, especially on TikTok. I used to be a content slave there. And I would post and post and post and worry about the views that I got or if videos were tanking. Anybody feel that way? But you don't have to worry about any of that stuff. All you have to do, because it's not about the number. It's not about how many. It's about who. And when you make content on YouTube primarily, because look, TikTok, I hate to tell you, TikTok is an entertainment and distraction platform. For the most part, you're not getting good quality educational content on TikTok. You're getting entertainment and distraction. Because most people, when they go on to TikTok, they're just scrolling. They're scrolling lives or they're scrolling videos. And the fact that you're watching me right now on TikTok is indicative of the fact that people don't come there to watch educational content. You just happen to find me. Whereas YouTube is much more about I need to solve a problem or I want to learn something. So it's educational and it's problem solving. That's why I primarily focus on YouTube. Now, I'm simulcasting, if you will, or live streaming on TikTok as well, but primarily we're talking about YouTube. Because if you're not aware, the thing about YouTube is even though it's educational, they don't reward creators. And if you're not on my YouTube, then you're probably not going to see this, but I am going to share something with you because it is, it's one of those things where people don't realize exactly how much they are costing themselves, right? They are costing themselves money because they don't understand the best way to monetize. And here's the thing. I'm just trying to find this image here if I can. Because, guys, this is, like I said, this is the very first time I've used this, so you're going to have to bear with me here. But here's something that you can count on, right? You can count on this. That if you, and again, this is not fixed where it needs to be, so I am trying to fix it. Hopefully you can see that, and I should probably copy that. I should probably copy that and move it. Whoops, that is not what I wanted. And again, guys, this is what we call the old I don't know why it's doing that. That's crazy. Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that. But you've got these knowledge buckets, and I know you can't really see these, but maybe if I move it up a little bit, you can see it. But you got these knowledge buckets, right? That's what I like to call them. And I don't know why this is going on here. This is crazy. All right, so you got these knowledge buckets. And again, if you are watching me on vertical, you're not really going to see this. But you got these knowledge buckets. And what people don't understand is there's money in these knowledge buckets. There's money in teaching people something that they want to learn. I have an echo in my vocals. Thank you for that, Juprimacy. I don't know why I would be having an echo. I'm not sure. And it's probably annoying, and but this is the first time that I have done this on TikTok. So, but you got these knowledge buckets. So you got profession, you got personal problem, and you got a passion. Now, one of the things that people get crazy about is they're like, I don't know what I could teach. I don't know what anybody would pay me to learn, right? But let's just say that you are an accountant and you run a very successful accounting agency or an accounting business. Well, don't you think you could teach new accountants how to more successfully run a an accounting business? Hang on a second, guys. I am looks like I'm running low on battery power here, so let's plug this in so we don't lose it. Right? And look, this is live, right? I am not perfect. I am going to make mistakes, and what you will realize is that that's what people want. They want real. So you've got these knowledge buckets. Let's say, because I know this personally, I know a woman who is a security expert, right? She's a cybersecurity expert and she is also a venue expert, and for like keeping people safe at public venues. And I said to her, I said, look, you've been doing this for 20 years. Do you think that there are people just getting started in this profession who would like to learn from you? And she's like, well, I don't know. I said, but you've got 20 years experience. What if you shared that experience with them in a subscription group where they pay you monthly to learn what it's taken you 20 years to learn? You can teach them in months, right? Because what we're talking about is you are the bridge, right? You're taking somebody from point A to point B and you're teaching them something of value. And what you're doing is you're saving them time, money, and headaches. Okay? And so when you save them those time, money, and headaches, they're willing to pay for that because you are teaching them something. For example, let's go here. Sorry about that, guys. I'm going to move this over a little bit so I can see what I'm doing. There we go. There we go. And a little bit of a lag there. So you can build something like this, right? And when you build something like this, you're giving people the opportunity to learn from you. And the way that they learn from you is there's a classroom, there's a community, right? So we have a community, and this is where people can ask questions. This is where people can they can share homework. Because what I believe in the way that I learned this whole thing, was that you give people assignments, you hold them accountable, right? Because this is not about somebody just paying you, not just paying you once. It's about them continuing to pay you because you continue to provide them transformations, if you will, right? So you've got a classroom, you've got a community, and the community is simply, this is where people can share wins. This is where people can they can share questions and they can share homework, because the homework comes from the classroom. And what's cool about these classrooms, and by the way, there are very few other platforms that do this as well as this one, because the platform that you're looking at is a platform called Skool. And Skool has 27 million users, and every 2 weeks they're adding about 1 million users. And just to show you how quickly it's grown since it began, what they now do in 2 weeks took them 4 total years in the beginning to do. Took them 4 total years. And the reason it took them that is because They were just getting started. They were just like any other business. But now this thing has reached critical mass. And critical mass means that it is growing like crazy. Now, is this the only community / learning platform out there? No, it's not. But it's the best because it's the easiest to use. Anybody in your community, all they have to do, it's kind of like posting on a Facebook group or posting on your Facebook page, right? You give it a title, you write something. What's really cool here is you can add video, you can add polls, right? You can add emojis, you can add GIFs, you can select your category, you can do links, you can do attachments, you can do video, right? So you can do all these different things in these posts, and then you literally just post it. There is no coding, there's no programming, none of that stuff you need to worry about. And I don't know about you, but programming for me was a big, it was a big wah. Okay, I don't know what's going on there. But it was not something that I enjoyed. I did not enjoy anything that caused a lot of tech headaches, right? It just wasn't my thing. So this instead allows you to just have a community. You can have a classroom like I had showed you before. And the cool thing about the classroom is you can take people step by step. Now, what you want to ideally do is you want to give them what we call a quick win very early on. And then you want to be able to take them beyond that quick win and help them more. It's like you're giving them a taste of what you have to offer, and you can do that with a free trial. One of the best ways that people are finding that they convert people into members is a free trial. And the cool thing about the free trial is you can offer the win in like a 3-day period, and then they can look and see what else you have to offer in the next, say, 4 days. A 3-day window to help people is really good because you can hold their attention for 3 days. It's hard to hold somebody's attention for 7 days or 14 days or 21 days or 30 days. It's really difficult to do that. But the way that you do this is you can add a page or you can add a straight up whole new folder, and you can do posts, you can do videos, and this is the way that you teach people. And then you have these little markers, right? So if I unclick this and then I go back to the classroom, you'll see that it's back to 0. But when somebody finishes something, they click on this here, and then it shows them that you have finished 100% of this. So you got community, you got classroom, and you have calendar. Right now, if I wanted to, there's 2 ways that I can, and these calendars are for events. And the cool thing about events is people get to know the real you. The problem with content only is anybody can make perfect content. Right? Anybody can make perfect content that shows them to be some sort of big expert, and then you're going to be, everybody's going to think you're perfect, and nobody's perfect, right? Nobody's perfect. But what you can do is there's 2 ways that you can do this. You can either schedule an event like this, where you just schedule the event. I use them in school calls because school has its own internal live streaming platform. You can actually live stream inside of your group on school. Now, yes, you can do it in other ways too. You can do Zooms, or you can do Google Meets, or you can do some kind of live streaming. But the greatest thing about school is everything is self-contained. It's all in one. So you can do scheduled events, Or if all of a sudden you just decide, you know what, I want to randomly go live. And I don't think it's going to allow. Oh, yes, it is. Look at that. So I'm like live inside of a live. And so I can go live just like this. And you're seeing it like an infinity because of the way this is happening right now. But you can go live, and then when you're done, you just hit the button and it will make a recording of that so you can put in your community. And it all happens inside of school. So you don't have to worry about all these different softwares that you need to piece together. So you can have calendars. Then you have a list of members, and you can see where people are in their member journey. You can look at a map, and you can see where all your members are coming from, right? Most of my members are in the US, but look at this. I've got members up here, up in Alaska. And then I've got members believe it or not, I've got members inside of some of these other countries, which to me is just staggering to me that people could find me. But look at this. I got people in UK. I got people in Germany, right? And so you can see where these people are inside of your community. And what that paves the way for at a later date, believe it or not, is that paves the way for you to have in real life meetups. And in real life meetups can be completely different experiences that people pay a premium to be a part of. Then you have something called a leaderboard, which gives you like this gamification of the whole process, right? And this gamification makes it so people want to stay in your community and they want to advance through the levels. Because what you can do with your levels is you can open up different things to people at different levels. You also don't need a website, right? You don't need a website. You don't need a funnel. Everybody used to talk about, yeah, I know there is an echo, and I don't understand why there is an echo. I wish that I knew, but I don't understand, and I apologize for that. I'm assuming everybody else hears the echo as well, and I apologize for that, guys. But look, now here's the thing that's going to separate this platform from everybody else. Wait till I show you this. So let me go back, make sure I am in the right place here. Check this out. Now, here on Facebook, you can see, let's see here. All right. I am trying to find what I was looking for here. Hang on. Because it was there and it's not there anymore. So, of course, where is it here? And you're watching me live, just holy cow, we've got to do something this. Let's turn this off. Let's see. Trying to find this ad because so what this platform is doing as they make a push towards getting new users to the platform, what they're doing, where is it? This is crazy. Why can I not find what I am looking for here? Holy cow, what am I in here? All right, let's go here. All right, let's see. Holy cow, what's going on? And by the way, if you're not aware, and you, Skool, the platform we're talking about, it's owned by these two. And if you don't know who they are, that is Alex and Layla Hormozi, and they have been instrumental in helping this explosive growth that's going on with this platform right now. Now, usually by now, when I pull this up, you can see an ad from Skool, and I'm trying to find it because what they're doing right now is they're helping people get new members by advertising on the platform and advertising individual communities. And you don't pay for this. The only thing that you pay for is you pay a 30% premium if their ad brings you a customer. So you're basically getting free advertising that you only pay for if it gets you a customer. And I don't know about you, but advertising is the most powerful way to get something to grow, right? And so if they're helping you grow, holy cow, why can't I not get an ad? Isn't that funny? So it's when you don't need an ad or you don't want an ad, you get an ad. Let me go to my other account. This is my business page account. Maybe I can see an ad here. So what they're doing is they are actively helping you get customers. And right now they're just doing it on Facebook, but in time, if this continues to be successful, what they're going to do is you're probably going to start seeing these ads on TikTok. And you'll probably start seeing them on YouTube. You'll probably start seeing them on Google, right? So you're going to see all these different ads helping you grow your space, your community, if you will. So, and man, I swear to you, I was able to see these ads all day today. And then now when I want to see an ad, I can't see it. That's crazy to me. Absolutely crazy. Let's see. Absolutely nuts. Well, anyway. So, what this is doing is this is paving the way for you to get customers. And I don't know about you, but customers are a lot better than views. Right? Let me show you a couple of groups and what they're doing. So we're going to go back into the Skool platform. And there's a little bit of a lag here, guys. I apologize. There it is. So if you go into this, so this is a group that is only for people who own a Skool community. And you can see, look at this guy. 4 months, exited his last business, started a Skool community. He's got a decent following. Well, he's got more than a decent following, okay? He's got a big following. So he did it quickly because he has a big following, but I just want to find somebody else here. Where are we? There you go. Here's a guy. Now, this is a reasonable goal in a reasonable amount of time, depending on what you're teaching, right? So he used to be a school teacher, a traditional school teacher, SCHOOL, on in Kansas. And after 3 months on school, SKOOL, he matched his former monthly paycheck as a teacher. And so he developed a course. He was trying to decide whether or not he wanted to sell the course on his own website or launch a community on school. Well, as you can see, he says, I think I have made the right decision. And so the way he gets signups for his community that he now makes $3,000 a month from is YouTube organic, Facebook and Instagram ads, Facebook organic, and school organic. And you can see he's got 190 members and he's making $3,000 a month. And another thing I love about school is that everything is transparent. Everybody can see what everything costs and everybody can see how many members somebody has. You can't hide those things. So there's total transparency and that gives you integrity in what you're doing. And so you can look and let's just, for example, let's just say that you're good at, I don't know, let's say you're good at Canva, right? So I'm going to go to Discovery, and this is the Discovery page. These are the trending communities and how they're working, but let's just say Canva. So look at this. So you've got 630 members with this woman's community. She's good at Canva. So she decided to start a Canva community. And $7 a month, she's got 630 members. Do the math. That's a full-time US salary, right? And she's got a $7 a month. And I don't even think she doesn't even have a free trial. And look, she's got these images, create and sell with Canva. So she's teaching people how to use Canva so they can sell the Canva creations. And she's got 630 members paying her $7 a month. So it could be anything like that, right? So it could be, let's try a sport, right? Let's try a sport. Look at this. And this is not even a community. And by the way, people are doing this all over the world in 85 countries. And before long, you're going to be able to natively see your own language on here. And you're going to be able to accept payments in your native currency, whatever it may be. So that's coming. But if you look, this guy's got 217 members paying $39 a month. He doesn't even have a free trial. His community is in Spanish, and he's killing it. He's absolutely killing it. And so look at Alvaro and what he does. And he doesn't even show his any socials. So he's probably getting members another way because he's not sharing his socials. But you can look at any of these categories because there's 9 categories on school. There are hobbies, right? Here's YouTube for beginners. Here is what do we got here? Spanish. Here's another Spanish. Here is books and crafts, that kind of stuff. So these are all hobbies that people are monetizing. Party Favor Business Studio, join free, and that's a Canva, right? Journals, dog training, right? These are hobbies. So you can do hobbies. You can do music. You can teach people an instrument. Look at this guy right here. Absolute Guitar Avenue. This guy has got this guitar community, and rather than selling sheet music or selling courses, he's inviting people in to learn how to play guitar, and specifically rock guitar. And you can get that specific with things, right? You can say, I only want to teach classical piano, or I only want to teach rock guitar, or I only want to teach jazz drums, or I only want to teach Christian music producing, because you have all of these different, right? Pro gigs. Learn to play guitar with Juba, right? Acoustic versus electric. Worship guitar mastery. Look at this. Look at this guy. Right? This guy has 600 members paying $6 a month. And he's teaching specifically worship guitar mastery. In other words, he's teaching people how to learn worship songs so they can play guitar at their local church. And he's only teaching them for $6 a month, and they can probably gig and get way more than that. So this is what's possible with this platform. Now, the best part about this platform is that you're able to start your own community like this. Are you ready for this? Check this out. I'm going to take you back to my community. You can start your own school. And if you get in my community and you start your community with me, and it'll say, I invited you. If you start your community with me, I'll get on a free one-on-one call with you, and I will teach you step by step how to do this. I'll actually walk you through it. I'll say, okay, press this button. Okay, decide on a name. Okay, put this here. Say this there. Create this image, put this here, toggle this on, take this off. I'll go through all that in a one-on-one with you. And starting your community is as easy as $9 a month. You don't need to worry about the pro plan until you need it. There's some other features with the pro plan, and then you're going to keep 90% of every dollar you make. So if your community is $9 a month, to match what it costs you to run your community, then you're going to make, what is that? That's, is that 810, I guess, is what you make, right? Yeah, you make 810 out of 90. That's not bad, right? So, and you can cancel at any time. This is month to month, or if you want to save money, you can go on a yearly plan and you only pay $7.50 a month. And if you go on the pro plan, it's $82. It works out to $82 a month, and obviously you pay that all at once. But you try for free. You have 14 days to try this thing out for free, and from there, you can decide whether or not you want to keep doing it. And what they're finding is that communities that offer free trials, just like they offer free inside of the platform, they're finding that well over 50% of people who are offered a free trial end up staying beyond the free trial. And look, I used to have a free community, and here's what I found with a free community, unfortunately. I got it up to 750 people, and most of them came here from TikTok. Not too many actually came from YouTube, because I was not very active on YouTube, right? But most of these people came from TikTok. And unfortunately, most people didn't do anything. And so I found that an audience on YouTube is more serious. And then the other thing that I found is that if somebody has some skin in the game, right, just a little bit, that they're more likely to show up. They're more likely to take part in what they're supposed to take part in. And look, this has been going on for about 50 minutes, so I'm gonna shut this down. But they were able to see enough value in it that they decided to take action. And the way I got started with this whole thing was actually on TikTok. I saw a guy on TikTok and he was advertising this community thing where he was going to teach you how to monetize what you knew. And so he was showing people how to do this. And I got in his community and then he started using School. And when he was using School, he then introduced us to School. And then I was like, wait a second, I don't need a funnel. I don't need an email follow-up system. All of that stuff is inside of School. I don't have to do anything else. So you have community, you have classroom, you have calendar, and you have cash collection all in one place for $9 a month. And they give you data, so you can measure your data. You can figure out where your people are coming from. It's called attribution, and you can figure out where all your people are coming from. And it's unbelievable. It is such an incredible way to run a business because it's allowing you to do everything all on one platform, and it is completely it's completely doable, right? For $9 a month. You start a community for $9 a month. Guess what? You get one person, you've broken even. You get more than that, then obviously, right? Obviously, then you've done more than broken even. And every member that you get beyond that is gravy for you. So I'm going to wrap things up here today, but I wanted to share this with you because this is just such an amazing thing. And I am so excited to share it with you. Now, if you're not on my YouTube right now watching this, you're not going to probably see everything that I've been sharing, but I've got tons of videos over there. And I've got a small but pretty dedicated following over there. So you can check me out on YouTube. And if you decide that the content is valuable over there, then I strongly suggest you follow me there. See, because I can't share screens for the most part, unless I'm going live using this program called Ecamm. I can't share screens. That gets you in trouble on TikTok. It's just fine on YouTube. They don't care. That's another reason why I prefer YouTube over TikTok. But I hope that you have gotten something out of this. I hope that maybe you'll check me out on YouTube, and we'll see you over there. And still trying to figure out how to do all of this, guys. But you guys have a good night.